It's time to ride the funk train on Atari Network Football Edition. We got the Detroit Lions represented by my friend Atari Network Pro 7800 Gamer and Funkmaster V repping the Jets today. We're gambling all sorts of money, and we're gambling on Atari because John, Atari is ready for the playoffs. I think, man, I'm excited about what we've done and what Wade Rosen and the team over there at Atari has got revving up for this season, baby.
Yeah, nice segue, by the way. I like that. What are you holding? Avocado, or what is that in your hand?
I got this at the Dollar Tree.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, wow. It's green. I don't like the USB thing. I don't like that on there. It doesn't look good.
The what? Oh,
it takes away. Why do you need all this bullshit here for like, hey, by the way, don't choke on this, don't eat this, don't put this in your mouth, don't stick it up your butt.
Is it
and also
on there? Is that directly on there?
I wonder if I could probably wipe that off. But anyway,
there you go.
Yeah, having fun.
Scratch it off. But yeah, absolutely. Atari has a lot going on, and they kind of dumped everything in 1 week, it feels like, or at least a couple big announcements. And well, I guess it wasn't all from Atari. We have an Atari Age announcement that we're going to go over too. And I was going to say at Games, My Arcade, they're all the same, right? But they had an announcement as well. Where do you want to start off, Benny? What are you feeling?
Well, I just wanted to note, I thought this was interesting. The first two commenters in our private chat, and please chat. We like talking to the people and talking to you guys. They're both French guys. So I was like, we have some sort of appeal over in France, which has the highest IQ of all of. I saw this French people have a higher IQ than anybody else in the world.
Well, I'm sure it's not hard to beat America's IQ because
we're about 25th.
Oh,
but that's out of like a
like
190. Yeah. I mean, so we're all right.
Yeah, Atari is on fire, absolutely pure. But yeah, I was looking into getting, speaking of France and French, I was looking into getting Atari stock. I thought it'd be fun to buy a few stocks. It's hard to do in America because it's on the French.
Is it Infogrames?
Exchange. Well, yeah, it's on the French exchange. So
interesting.
Yeah, so it can be done, but you got to have some things set up, a broker and international.
Well, that would be fun to kind of horse because I would like to
we
support
offended
him.
Pierre.
Why? We said he's
from Canada, not.
Oh, French. I know, but he's a French Canadian. I saw this morning. I was trying to spend some time with my wife because I haven't had a lot of time to be a good husband. We were watching the White Lotus season 3, episode 2, and somebody called his girlfriend French, and she was actually French Canadian, and it offended her. So, yeah, so that's a thing you can't do apparently. But we love Canadians. Canadians are sweethearts. But anyway, let's get into what is HAPS.
Well, yeah, let's jump into the Gamestation Go, Benny, because this we got a small little teaser. I believe this was through Atari's social media, My Arcade as well. I don't know.
I like the music. The music makes it sound like
it's intense.
Well, kind of. It also sounds like we're in science class and they're like, VCRs are the technology of the future. You know, like in elementary school.
You learned about VCRs and okay.
I don't know,
but that was it.
Isotopes.
That was the whole announcement. And the big news is there's a release date set in stone. Nobody was sure if this thing was going to come out, if it was forgotten. Of course, our friend Gen X Gamer, he covered the heck out of it and he kind of kept the whole thing alive and pumping. But it's official now. October, you can get the Gamestation Go, and a lot of people are banking heavily on this thing, Vinny.
I want it. It's expensive. I mean,
it is $180, I believe.
It looks cool. When I look at something like that, sometimes when you try to do everything, you don't do anything well. And I'm looking at a knob, a marble.
Yeah.
How ergonomically, how is it going to feel in your hands if you're playing a game that's like a shooter? You've got a keypad. Is it going to be everything you've ever wanted in a portable Atari machine, or is it going to be one of those things like, man, this thing tried, it just isn't? And again, as Pierre just said, do we know what games are included? There is a list.
So we know the platforms specifically that are being included, and I pulled up the list right now. Let me see if I can switch over and share my screen real quick.
I see it.
Oh. Yeah, my let's see, I'm gonna add this and then share this instead. Okay, so this is the official Atari page. You can pre-order it now, $179.99. It does say it has arcade classics like Balls of Steel and Pac-Man, and 5 games from Atari's Neo Retro Recharge series.
5?
5, yep. And I know
there's 10, so
yeah, there's Asteroids Recharge. It looks like Missile Command is being displayed here in the image. But I don't see a definitive games list, at least not from Atari. But there are names like Pac-Man on there, which is interesting. But we know
what version?
That's the thing. Yeah,
arcade or the home version?
Well, I think it's going to be the 2600 version if I had to guess. Let me pull this off of the screen.
Well, gross.
Yeah, I think I would have to think so, but it's going to include 2600 games, 5200, 7800, 5 recharge titles, arcade stuff, and then 8 and 16-bit generic games, probably from. It's basically, I have a feeling if you got the GameStation Pro, minus the addition of Balls of Steel and a few others, it's going to be a lot of similar titles, would be my guess.
So the games list is good. A lot of Jaleco games on it. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Jaleco was on the original game. And then somebody says there is a list on Atari now, and it lists all 200 games.
Well, let me see if I can find it.
So it's basically less than $1 a game. I mean, again, Skydiver and Human Cannonball and stuff like that counts as games that nobody will ever play. But it looks cool, and I think with these things too, you can put like SD cards or something and load games.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Yeah.
Yep. So that's the big deal too. Is loading in. Wow. Okay. Here's an interesting thing. There's a Bandai Namco version of this thing. Has anybody seen this? Let me bring this up.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yes, it is. So here is the Bandai Namco My Arcade, and I
can't imagine trying to play Street Fighter 2 on that thing.
Yep, they have Street Fighter 1942, Final Fight, Bionic Commando, this stuff you normally see too. So there is, alternatives to it. It's obviously missing the number pad and stuff like that our beloved Atari version has.
Well, why do we have that, I wonder?
What, the Bandai Namco version?
No, the number pad. I mean, there's no Jaguar games, right?
Well, for 5200 games.
So what 5200 games are they going to put on there?
That's the thing. I don't know. And again, we hear that the list is floating around out there. So
in Crypto Coffee just said there's no Lynx, there's no Jaguar.
Nope. And I think that's
the 5200 is limited.
Yep.
And then, because 5200, there's not a lot of great 5200 games anyway that you can't play somewhere else. And then there's no Intellivision games, which is why did we get the gimmick?
And I don't know. I think a lot of people. I think this will be a fine handheld, and I'm anticipating it. I think a lot of people will love it. It hinges a lot on how good the trackball is going to be, how well they utilize the number pad. The implementation is going to either make or break this thing as far as reviews go. But I think it'll be fine, but I think a lot of people were hoping for more. I think they want Jaguar, they want Lynx, they want Intellivision, they want the stuff that we haven't had already.
That's the thing, is we've gotten to a point to where we've had all this stuff. I mean, the Atari 50th, this GameStation Pro that was popular 2 years ago, that now you can go to Facebook Marketplace and find them for $30 and $40. And You know, all these emulation, the arcade 1-up machines, you know, everybody who can do emulation. There's stuff out there that we haven't had access to. Of course, this is all about on the go. It's a big machine. Right. So you'd have to have like a backpack or something. This isn't something you can put in your little fanny pack when you go to the gym or anything. But I would be interested in it. I mean, if you want to give it to me for Christmas, John, I'll accept it, and I'd appreciate that from you. And just make sure you neglect one of your children so you don't put yourself in a. But it, you know,
yeah. Like I said, I think it'll be fine. I think there's going to be a lot of hype surrounding the release. If you remember the original, the Gamestation Pro, that came out a few years back, I remember there being a lot of hype flying around that thing. About the time it hit Amazon, and I wanted to stay store shelves, but I guess it did hit a few stores. But anyway,
Walmart.
I think Walmart. Yeah, I remember seeing a thing of it at somewhere else too. I think though there will be a lot of hype. I hope it reviews well. I hope people are thrilled with their purchase, but I think it's going to slow down a week afterwards. I think you're not going to hear so much about it, and I think it's not going to be as revolutionary as I think a lot of people want it to be. But I think it'll be a fine handheld ROM player. It looks like it has a nice looking screen on it. It has, again, all those unique control features. I think it'll be fine. If you're on the fence, I suspect that you'll be able to get it for $140, you know, within a not that long of release. So I would wait if you're not too keen on everything, or if you're not sure. That's my thoughts.
I think this is going to be good. I love the look. I love the 70s
Looks great.
Look of it. I think the screen is big. It's to me, it's just going to be, how does the damn thing control? I mean, the little marble in that lower right-hand corner. Okay, you know, I think the thumbstick or whatever, the thumb pad, and is it going to feel like you're trying to play a library book? If it works, then I think it's going to be awesome. And I'm a big, like somebody says, the spinner's on the wrong side. That's a good point too. Yeah,
on the wrong side. Let me see.
Well, yeah, because in most spinner games, you spin with your right. You spin with your right hand and use the button with your left. But
gotcha. Okay.
And it's way up there too. So I mean, that seems like
it
seems like you're going to have to play it kittywampus. But anyway, I don't want to denigrate it too much until I get my hands on it.
Yeah. I think there's no reason not to be excited. And the big thing is the arcade stuff and the recharge games. That's great, actually. Yeah, having
Crystal Castles will be great. Hopefully Centipede, Millipede, Major Havoc on the go, Tempest on the go. So
yep.
A lot of my favorites, maybe iRobot. We'll see how the UI is on that. So
yeah. So very exciting. Having the firm release date's nice. You know, people were questioning, is this coming? Are we going to see it? Did they give up on it? Because they kind of announced, the strange thing with My Arcade is they announced it way ahead of time and then nothing. And then CES and then nothing. I think it had people just kind of wanting more, but there wasn't really more to have. So I think it's just good to have a firm release date on it, and I think it'll do fine.
Yeah.
But moving on, Vinny, we had some big news for the VCS that kind of came out of nowhere. I think me and you had a kind of an idea, but Adventure of Samsara hit the Atari VCS along with Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, GOG, Switch, and all that stuff. But the VCS was the big thing for us because we figured we weren't going to get this game.
Well, I didn't, and Atari has been treating the VCS like a redheaded stepchild this year. There's only been, I think, 2 Atari releases, which are Breakout Beyond, which wasn't great, and an iRobot, which I liked pretty well, and you were pretty tepid on. But so this thing comes out, and it's a big game, and there's a couple things about it, and I just did a review on the Big and Funky Productions page, and I've gotten from my channel, I've gotten a lot of views on it already, and a lot of people are upset that I wasn't giving it glowing reviews, but I do want to make I do think it's good. This is not my kind of game though, so I'm not going to give it great marks because things about this kind of world sucks. But the thing about it to me that is great is that it is a huge game. I think the way that I play and my skill level, it would take me 30 hours to beat this game. There's a lot to it. And there is a nice ramp up of, like RPG elements where this guy starts out, he's a kind of a weenie, and there you go on the screen, you're getting the sword and the shield.
Yep.
He's kind of a weenie in the beginning because all these regular mobs are pretty tough. And and so you have to figure out, you just can't hack and slash this stuff. And but there is a nice ramp up, and it's satisfying when this guy gets better. And it's kind of like Harpy's Curse that you did a review of, and I've done one too, where when the little harpy starts getting powered up, the game becomes a lot easier and a lot more fun, and it makes you feel like, yeah, now I'm getting my revenge. And I think there is something to that that needs to be praised. And this isn't my cup of tea, but I'm probably going to go back to it. I did it for the review. It's on sale right now for $17.99. And as I put in my review, the store is working wonderful for the Atari VCS right now. And it's actually easier than it ever has been to buy something. So that's a plus as well.
Yeah, I've only played about 30 minutes of it. We'll probably do a review on my channel. But in the meantime, check out Vinny's review over at Big and Funky Productions. Yeah, I'm really excited for this game. I didn't know much about it going in, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm surprised. This is the second Metroidvania that Atari has had a hand in the last year. It was almost exactly a year ago that Yours Rising came out, which was September 10th, 2024, and this came out on September 5th, I think. So it's kind of interesting there just how the timing worked out. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. It feels really big, at least just starting. It feels like it's a massive adventure, and I'm looking forward to kind of diving into it.
It is. And speaking of the word adventure, they're trying to say that this is the spiritual successor of Adventure, which this thing was a failed Kickstarter project. Mm-hmm. And God bless it. And they never could get the money to kind of fund it. And then Atari went back to kind of pick this thing up. And and then because we're all about nostalgia and cashing in and stuff, they said, hey, this is the spiritual successor to Adventure. It is not. This is much more like like a Metroidvania, basically. But there are elements to that are very similar to Adventure in this. Like, there is a bat that will steal your shit, and he is so irritating. You probably only 30 minutes in, you probably haven't gotten to him yet, but
haven't seen him.
He's caused me to die more than anything. Rendell the Red comes in pretty quickly, and he is the integration of what he's doing is very interesting. Reminds me of something in Lunar Lander. You can check that out. There's golden keys. There's scorpions like from Pitfall. You've seen that almost immediately. So there are some Atari winks and nods, but I'm sure that was more of lipstick on a pig than actually from the ground up.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think Atari is in, and has been probably since the 2000s, in a really weird spot where if they were to release this game as Towers of Samsara instead of Adventure of Samsara, people always say, well, why not utilize your old classics? Why not throw something, make it an adventure game or something? And then they do so, and then it's kind of like, well, you didn't need to do that. I feel like in some cases, they just can't win. Like, either they don't utilize the old stuff and they get, kind of slapped on the wrist for it, and then they do, and they still kind of. So I don't know, but either way, I think it's a good game on its own merit. I don't think it needed the adventure nod to it, if you ask me. But again, I'm only 30 minutes in, so you'll want to watch Vinny's review and find out a little bit more.
I think it's fun. It's fun, and it's a good game. You know what? I like that they put the adventure on it, but I think it's obvious that it's not. Yeah, you got to use that map too. It's confusing as hell, but it's obvious. Dude, it's obvious. It's just a slap on gimmick. I mean, it's you know, but I don't denigrate it for that, because if it didn't have that, I would not care about this at all.
Right. So it got
$20 out of me. So,
right.
Yeah.
But the big thing is, what does this mean for the VCS? Does it mean anything for the VCS? If it sells well, do you think that they'll look at supporting the VCS longer? Do you think it was just kind of a, you know, we're able to put it on the console, so let's just do it? What is there anything to read into this coming out in the VCS?
Well, I think we did an interview with Kraz last month, and what we found out is the whole gimmick of why games are released on the VCS or why they're not is up to the developer themselves. Right. It has nothing to do with Atari. So if the developers who did Missile Command Delta once wanted to put that on the VCS, they could have figured that out. And but they didn't. So you can't put a gun to somebody's head and go, put this on my piece of crap system nobody has. You know, so you know, what can you do? So at the end of the day, man, it's just it's up to the developer. And if we buy these games and it's not a big deal, you know, people will keep porting stuff over to the VCS, I'm sure.
Yeah. Again, I don't know. I think as long as the VCS is there and as long as it don't cost them a whole lot to do the port, I think we'll keep seeing stuff on there from Atari. But, you know, again, like we talked about, I hope a lot of people buy it. I hope a lot of VCS owners buy it. I hope it's a big success for Atari and they're able to move forward and have financial success. But as far as the VCS goes, you know, whether this succeeds or not on there and how they even measure success as far as it selling on the VCS, in the long run, I don't think it means a whole lot.
Dude, is this your gameplay?
Yeah. Yep.
I can't, the sword, or excuse me, the shield gimmick is so touchy.
Yeah.
You were blocking this guy like you're doing, he got you there, but you're doing great.
It's a parry mechanic, so you got to time it. Like, it's not a shield as you would think. See,
you're kind of messing up there, but you got him there.
Yeah,
look at that. You are doing great with that. Yeah, to me, I wish you could hold the shield up and just. Yeah. But you got to time it, and it's real tricky, man. This game is cagey.
Yeah, it's difficult, but I think the enemies have tells that you can kind of see. They kind of telegraph their attacks a little bit to give you a chance to hit the parry button. I'm sure the further you go in the adventure, the less that window is, but so far I like it. I think the parry mechanic it adds a little bit of skill to what would otherwise just be a hold this button.
Hack and slash.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't mind that. That mechanic.
Dialogue is terrible though. Story's rotten.
Yeah.
I had somebody try to explain it, and I was like, look, man, this doesn't have to be H.G. Wells' Time Machine or the C.S. Lewis Space Trilogy. It's a $17 game on the Atari VCS. Let's just go, man.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good. It's a good game. And if you enjoy these adventure type games, you're gonna love it.
I think it's a good game for the VCS. The VCS needed more adventures like this. We have, you know, Yars Rising.
Yars Rising is $29. This is $17. And from what I'm seeing, I think people really like this game more than they like Yars Rising. So.
Oh yeah, so far I like this a lot more than Yars Rising. And I honestly I usually don't care for the pixel art stuff. I feel like it's nostalgia for nostalgia's sake or a way. It's a style choice, but a lot of times it doesn't seem necessary. Here I kind of like it because the cutscenes look very unique. They don't look like your typical pixel art stuff. The animation's real fluid, so I don't know. I like it.
You just watch my review. The thing that about the animation I like is, or the graphics that I like is, I love the cutscenes. And on my review, I go into, they remind me of Out of This World.
Oh yeah, like rotoscoping stuff.
Yeah, I love that. But the map and the all this crap being pixelated. Jump out of a window. We don't need that. The map needed to be a little bit more sharp. I don't like how it looks.
I like Commandant VHS's comment here. They should have called the game Sword Quest. That actually would have. I feel like that would have fit better.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, Sword Quest was supposed to be a sequel to Adventure, and it just sucked.
Yeah.
But but that's a great idea. This is a lot more like Sword Quest than Adventure.
But Jimmy I seen somebody disagree with that. But it's our friend with the kumquat on his thing. So I guess it just depends. But yeah, overall I'm liking it. I think it's not going to change the course of the VCS, or I don't think it's going to hearken more titles coming to the VCS on behalf of Atari, but I think it's a fine game, and I'm glad we got it. It's definitely a shining gem in the VCS library.
It's pretty good. It's a good addition.
Exactly.
What else we got?
Well, we got probably the biggest piece of news, or at least the one that'll take the longest to cover. So AtariAge has announced their list of games that are coming out this year. They are slated. You can pre-order them now, but they're slated for a November release, which they say is just after the Portland Gaming Retro. So it sounds like he anticipates on getting these out a lot faster, which I think will be important for
his reputation.
Yeah, moving forward.
Yeah.
And there's a good variety of games here. So we got one Intellivision game, one 5200 / Atari 8-bit game, which is available on both platforms, 9 2600 games, 3 7800 games, and one sort of unique, I don't know what you want to say, like a game that works on 2 different consoles off of 1 cartridge. It's kind of a weird thing.
It's a bisexual game.
A bi-console game.
It goes both ways. This thing looks cool. I don't have an Intellivision, but at first, I the way that I always go negative because I'm a Jets fan. But like the first thing is like $60. Yeah. All right, well here we go. Atari's releasing stuff for $29.
Yeah,
and so here when I looked at Mattress Monkeys, because it's the only game I need for my collection, I was like $60 for this thing. But look at it. Look at all the stuff you get. See, look at all that cool stuff, and then you look at the graphics, and you're like, oh,
yeah. Well, it's kind of a neat looking game. It's a adventure game, and it looks pretty ambitious for the Intellivision.
Sure,
but I don't know. I think is this the first Intellivision game AtariAge has offered? It can't be, is it?
I don't think so. I think there was another one.
I think they had another one, but
they have a nice little overlay with this one.
It's retroactively called Ultima Zero. So I don't know. It looks good. I probably won't get it, but I think it'll be a great release for Intellivision fans.
Sure, and those guys need some good news after the whole Amico gimmick.
So AWA, the old wrestling organization.
I was excited. I thought we had a wrestling game coming in. Thought we'd get to see Sterling Golden versus Bill Dundee or something. Yeah. But no.
No, this is an anthology. 14 games in 1 cartridge. This is the 400 800 XLXE version, but there's a 5200 as well. I don't know. It looks like a neat little collection of games.
What are they?
They're all
like, what is that? Quintaroo is one of them. The Road.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
Let's see. 14 exciting games. Alien Assault, Kooky Diver, Kooky something. There's got to be a bigger list somewhere. Kooky Climber, Night Rescue. Here they are. Alien Assault, Kooky Diver, Kooky Climber, Kooky Quest, Night Rescue, Overflow, Piracy 1 and 2, Ramsey's Revenge, Raptor Attack, Robot Dungeon, Sokoban, and Space Assailants and Yahtzee.
What the hell? What is this? I mean, what are these games for? Were these old computer games? Never heard of any of them. Were they just knockoffs of popular games?
Oh, you get a thumb drive with it. That's actually pretty cool.
Vernon Gagne's AWA thumb drive.
Yeah, it looks like they have to be like
We'll go back up to the graphics there. Let's nope. Too far.
Oh, you want to see the graphics?
I just want to see these look pretty. These look like they're on par with very old computer games.
Yeah, maybe Atari 8-bit stuff. I don't know. I'm sure somebody's leaving a comment right now explaining it. Let's see. Allows you to run 14 exciting games. Yeah. So either way, they look fine. They look like neat games. Again, that one I might actually pick that up. That seems like a pretty good value for $60. If Atari's kind of pricing Atari Age out of the market, but if they have stuff like that, that's not a bad deal.
Fly Hunter,
2600 game. Looks like you play a spider. You kind of pop down and get flies. You have frogs that jump up and try to eat you and whatnot.
Next.
Yeah, it looks like a fine game. I'm sure it's great. The developer probably worked hard on it, but
yeah, somebody worked hard on it.
Frazzler. This looks like a My Little Pony game of some description. I like the box art though, but it looks almost like a Q*bert style grid type game. Unicorn dance parties and stuff. So,
Disco Ball. I dig that.
Disco Ball, yeah. It's a puzzle game. If you like fast action puzzle games, you'll love Frazzled. Help Snuggy the unicorn. So, yeah, puzzle game. It looks kind of neat. It looks unique. It looks very ambitious for the 2600. I dig it.
I'd rather help John Hancock instead of Snuggy.
We'll get to John Hancock here.
Oh, okay.
Kobe. This one I actually looked at in one of my previous videos. This is a cool little puzzle game. It's a Dr. Mario game, more or less. You match a couple of things to get rid of the pills or this.
Are those little diseases or whatever?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's based around COVID, more or less. But
well, that's fun. Let's bring that back up. What's going on with
that artwork though? I don't know.
Yeah, some of these guys don't ever get touched.
I want to skip Mattress Monkeys for a second. I want to get to that at the end here.
Reminds me of my honeymoon.
Minotaur, awesome cover. I love the box design here. Very clean.
I wish they'd go back to the traditional borders though. I had the silver for the 7800, but anyway. So Minotaur Maze game. Those are always pretty good for the 2600 stuff.
Yeah, it's probably going to be one of the fun ones. Paddlefield. I love paddle games. I have a very soft spot for paddle games. This seems like a sort of yin-yang paddle game. I don't quite understand what's going on there, but it looks crazy. It looks like you got paddle on each side, so it's Pong, but it looks like there's some kind of alteration there. Eternal battle between day and night, good and bad. But I think it just breaks down to Pong, basically.
It's just a paddle game.
Yeah.
By the way, I picked up the $39. They were out of stock. The $39 Atari paddle controller.
You did?
Did you get one of those?
No, not yet. They've been out of stock for a while.
They're back.
Awesome.
The control, because my paddle, I didn't realize this, but my paddle
was jerky.
Games sucked. Yeah, they were very jerky. I'm sure one of these smart guys could fix it, and these technical guys. But the new one, I love how it feels. And in fact, I used to play Crazy Bricks for the 7800 on easy with the joystick because I just couldn't figure out how to do it on normal. With the paddle,
much better.
I'm so much better at the game. You
got to have the paddle.
Yeah, and so now I can play it on the normal difficulty and actually like a real boy.
We get Slide Boy and Maze Land, which is sort of a remake of the 7800 game. It looks to be in a similar vein, just
Same
now
thing.
Available on the 2600. Fantastic game. A little bit short once you kind of play
Too short.
It. Yeah. Especially once you've done it, you kind of
never play it again. But it is a good game.
It's fantastic. It's awesome.
Yeah, for the one playthrough. I've always been. I don't buy 2600 homebrews just because I'm not a millionaire, and I just gotta. But this, Spies in the Night one always looked really cool to me. I always like the no air black and white stuff. I made a full length feature movie. It's black and white. I like black and white. This looks really cool. I've never played it, but it always looked great. So I don't know if this one would be good or not.
I like the noir style. I like how they did everything in black and white. Very stylized. I might look at that one. It almost looks like Haunted House 3 or whatever that was, that one homebrew. So
well, it's a guy, and there's a searchlight, and he's got to like maneuver when the light's not on him. He's got to kind of sneak around. So
yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about now that I played that. Actually, that's excellent. Speaking of Haunted House and Halloween coming up, I wish this would come before November. I'd love to look at it for October on the channel. Tober's Nightmare, which looks like a fun little Halloween style adventure puzzle game of some sort, where looks like somebody's growing pumpkins and ghosts and stuff. This actually looks really cool. I love fall. I love Halloween. It's always been my favorite holiday that you don't get stuff for.
Or you get diabetes.
Yeah, you get So his home is overrun by waves of ghosts, ghouls, and zombies. Alone Tober knows he is no match for the spirits. A phantom gardener grows jack-o'-lanterns in his yard, and they beat up the spirits somehow, it looks like. So I love the theming of this. I like the box. You talked about the old school style boxes.
Yep,
that's about as old as you get.
That's real old.
I might pick that one up. I like that one. AWA Anthology is listed twice because there is a 5200 version. We won't click on that. Now on to the 7800 stuff, the stuff that me and Vinny love probably the most. Block'em Sock'em's been out a while on the VCS and elsewhere. Now we get the official 7800 game. You also could get it at PRGE if you go to the thing where Atari Age is. But now you can get it on the website.
John Hancock sold it, I think, too. I got mine from John.
Yeah, I'm excited to get the copy. John, no matter who's the main character, it looks like a pretty neat puzzle game. I did play it for a little bit. It's unique. I like it. It's different. If you like puzzle games, I think it's fine.
No comment.
There you go. And then we get Drone Patrol, which is a weird game. I followed the development of this on the Atari Age forums, and it's just a weird game to me.
I don't want to talk bad about these games. I've got a review of all the games they're releasing except for Monkey Mattress or whatever.
Yeah.
So on my channel, I review all these. I was pretty disappointed in all these games. Drone Patrol, again, programmed well. Block'em Sock'em's programmed well. It's just the logic of this game.
It's a weird game.
The thing that, the guy that made it, is it Steve Englehart or who made this one? I can't remember.
Did Steve make this? Steve, is it? It's Steve Englehart.
He wanted to do a game where there was parallax scrolling. And the parallax scrolling, don't hurt yourself.
Oh, my arm.
The parallax scrolling in this game is awesome.
And
it
looks nice, yeah.
And it's cool. It's just logically the game doesn't make sense. They added a paddle game like Kaboom in it. There's lots of levels, lots of bosses. A lot of people may really like it. I just don't think it's very fun. So I'm sorry.
A fine addition to the library, I'm sure. Hit the wrong thing there. There we go. And the last Soul 7800 game is the sequel to Night Guy in Another Castle.
I got it behind me over here.
Yeah, that's what's running. I'm sure everybody can see it clearly.
It looks wonderful. It's a wonderful thing.
The first Night Guy, when it came out, it was fantastic. I loved it.
Absolutely great. It's on the top 100 of our list that we top 100 Atari games.
And the sequel, I for whatever reason, I was not too excited about the sequel. I think it's because of Night Guy, what is it, 30 Squares of Freedom or whatever, and Night Guy, the Zelda.
30 Squares of Doom on a board.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And then the Zelda style Night Guy game, those looked fantastic, and I was so excited for them. And then, to kind of see the next game was more of the same. I don't know. It's fine.
Hey, and
Yeah.
again, I'll take the heat from you. It looked like he lost his inspirato, to quote Tenacious D. I mean, the first one, not a lot of story. You don't need it. The cute character, great graphics, great level design. All that's kind of out the window with this one. It's easier to beat. It feels like he was just like, yeah, that's enough. And, you got to go to 4 different quadrants in the castle. It just feels like he's like, hey, you wake up one day, you're in another castle. It's like, that's the story. That's what we're going with. The first one you had to choose between a little Shih Tzu or a little Jack Russell or something and a kitty cat. This one you're just going. There's decent things about this, but it's more of the same, but also less at the same time. So I hate pooping on Vlad these games. He makes the board game that he is trying to work and get released is freaking amazing.
Oh my god, yeah.
The other game, it's one of my favorite Atari. I got a version on cart that's incomplete, but I play that every once in a while to see if I can get to it. But this one is not it, honey, and I apologize. And I got that. You can watch my review on my channel about this game as well if you want to get more in depth.
There you go. Yeah. Again, I'm sure it's a fine game. I'm sure we'll all enjoy it, especially if we like the first one. That's the thing, and I find this myself too. That's the bad thing about announcing things ahead of time or trying to get feedback, is you build anticipation, and then sometimes people are disappointed by the way things work out. But
and me and you are reviewers. These guys make these games. They create these things. These things take a lot of time, and I wish every one of them was 5 stars, and maybe I'm getting too cranky in my old age.
Right.
But the sequels do this in movies too. It's like, wow, the first one was great. I can't wait to see the second one, and the second one is a turd, except for like Godfather 2 or Empire Strikes Back, and then you're like, wow, I set myself up for failure. And it's like, this is a hobby to this guy. I'm expecting a AAA game. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? The guy lives in Chile. I mean, it's not, he's, I'm not even sure.
He does some of the most unique games too. I mean, Slide Boy, Uzi the Goo, VHZC, we're talking about.
A Roach in Space.
Roach in Space. There was another one.
He's got a ninja-ish guy,
and then there was something in D for defense or something.
Oh, Canon D and D for defense. Yeah,
that one was awesome. I loved that, the demo. But again, it seems like he has more ideas than time, I think. And this was probably easy for him to pump out to get another title in the store, maybe. I don't know. But it looks great. I'm sure it'll be great. The last game I want to talk about on the list, I think is the most unique and exciting that I knew nothing about until this announcement. And not because of the gameplay, but because of what it is. Mattress Monkeys. So you see it says Atari 2600/7800. This works on both, as you would expect, but it's actually enhanced on the 7800. If you pop it in the console, it will detect that it's in a 7800 somehow. So this is the 2600 graphics.
Crazy.
They look good for 2600. Very impressive. Nice large sprite work. But then 7800 mode, you get this, which is really great. You can tell he's running a lot of, I think ECDHE taught me a little bit about the graphics. It looks like he's in high res mode for a lot of the stuff. It looks brilliant.
I just love the hand reaching up, and it's like, it looks like the scariest thing in the world, and yet it's a monkey reaching there's a monkey reaching for a fly on a bed. This looks like a sex simulator or something, or a puberty simulator. What a strange thing. I have not played any demos or anything like that. This may be the best game of all time. This is one of those games, though, that's like, I appreciate the uniqueness of it. I'm not, excited about it. Like, I'm not going crazy, like, oh my God, I can't wait to play that. But I might be surprised. The thing about it to me that's interesting is the ability to detect whether you're playing it on because you're going to get the same box and the same part, and it decides, it knows if it's a 2600 or 7800. I think
It's
that's interesting.
Chameleon Cart technology. First
Ooh.
game to take advantage. Excuse me, I got some indigestion, I guess. Advantage of Phantom Logic Studios' new Chameleon Cart. This new innovation brings two versions of the same game on a single cartridge. Chameleon Cart is designed to adapt to the 2600 and 7800. Plug into a 2600 and you get classic gameplay you expect, but insert into a 7800, the game transforms with enhanced graphics, bringing more detail and color to your gaming experience. I think this is the first of its kind.
That's what it said.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy that nobody else has done this or thought of it. I guess it probably wasn't viable before.
Well, but this also looks like a pretty simple game,
Yeah,
and not to be a jerk. Yeah, it looks like something like Frogs and Flies, and not to be a huge jerk, but it looks like something that if it wasn't for this, it probably would wouldn't be. We wouldn't have much to talk about.
Yeah, it's I think the gimmick sells this game more than anything. It might be more of a proof of concept, just showing what they can do. And I hope to see this kind of utilized in the future. I'd love to see Atari themselves utilize this, put out Fatal Run that runs both versions, or, Winter Games that has both versions. So you can have all all the events on one cart. But I'd also like to be able to choose which, if you're on a Plus console, I don't think you'll ever get to see the 2600 version, which would kind of stink if you ask me. I mean, most of the time you'll want the enhanced, but I'd like the option.
Oh, is it a dip? So it's not dip switch. It's just going to know. Okay.
Yeah, it's Chameleon technology. It automatically detects. So I'd love to see Atari themselves utilize this, though. I think it'd be fun to put a lot of those games that had two releases on them, or not on them, but two types, the 2600 version and 7800 version is what I'm getting at. So those are the Atari Age games, Vinny. How many are you picking up? And
I'm getting Mattress Monkeys.
Yep.
And
that's the only one you need, huh?
Yeah, I've got the others. My Drone Patrol does not work, so I got to get a hold of Albert. He's kind of ghosting me. But
busy guy.
Busy fella. Yeah, I've got a couple. My audio box is broke. My special edition EXO doesn't work.
Oh.
Yeah, that was expensive. And then Drone Patrol didn't work. And then my original Bentley Bears never worked.
They did this with Pac-Man 7800, Obsidian says.
Well, they did it with dip switches. But the weird thing is, with the code that you can go to my channel and check out the secret code for the Pac-Man double feature, you actually can play the Pac-Man without using the dip switches, which I think was really interesting. Why they would implement dip switches anyway. But anyway, what was that? What did Crypto Coffee, the big paragraph there?
With Atari cranking out 2600 plus systems with the latest Pac-Man version, I think we may eventually get a 7800 plus with some sort of branding too. So Atari Age, and other third-party companies will put out more games for them. So he's saying that we might get instead of Pac-Man 2600 plus, we might get what else could
Alien Brigade?
Yeah, 7800 plus. I think for them to do that, it almost have to be a third party thing, though, don't you think?
I don't know. I mean, the Pac-Man thing is genius because that's garnered a lot of attention. There has been no discounted sales. Labor Day didn't go through a discount to get any pre-orders because they know that thing's going to sell like hotcakes. The 7800 plus has kind of been, it's not selling as good as or as well as the 2600 plus. I don't know if they'll ever do another 7800 plus. I think they're going to bank on the 2600 name and just kind of keep cranking things out. Like maybe get a maybe get a Donkey Kong version or something like that.
That would be huge. Yeah. I think that would be probably the biggest thing they could do. I don't know if Nintendo would ever go for it, but if they could,
who would have thought Namco would?
Right, and I think they would have to give a lot to Nintendo for them to even think about it.
Well, they could do Pitfall,
but yeah, you got Pitfall. I think a big thing too with our good friend Robert De Crescenzo, hallowed be his name, working on Adventure 2 and stuff. There's a lot of stuff there too that could be done. So I don't know. Like you said, I don't know if we'll ever see another 7800 plus. It might have been that year's special edition, but they got the tooling for it. So
well, you said this yourself, and I think it's these plus systems are great, and we love them and everything, but they're basically these are the new flashbacks. We're going to see these every once in a while. Which is not, I don't hate it. And I can't believe, and I guess, are we going to talk about we've talked about the Pac-Man thing coming out this Christmas like crazy, but the Pac-Man thing, I can't believe how excited I am for it. I mean, the different colored controllers, I'm just a complete mark for it. There's no need for anybody to buy any of this stuff. It's just, I want it just out of pure lust for the thing.
Do you think any of this stuff we just talked about surpassed that at all? I don't think so. I think the Pac-Man is the biggest release for this year.
I had a visceral react, and again, I'm not even a Pac-Man nut. I like the game okay, but it's not like my favorite game. But like when I saw the Pac-Man, how ugly yellow it was with the orange on it, and the different colored joysticks, I had a visceral reaction where I was like, "This is awesome, man!"
Yeah.
And I'm scheming on how to afford it all. I mean, it's an expensive package and shit. But yeah, I'm excited. But the double feature, the Atari 7800 double feature game is worth buying. It does bring new things to the table. Yep. And if you go to my channel, Big and Funky Productions, and look up the secret code, I think it makes the game. I scored the game on my review like a 4.5 out of 5. I think the code makes this game a 5 out of 5.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. And the code makes this is something, Bob wanted to make this game. There's random mazes in the 7800 Pac-Man. Everybody knows that it comes with it, but he wanted to make the 2600 version, which is the home version that's got just a nefarious lineage. There's a random mazes with it, and the random mazes are on the Pac-Man 2600 version, John, because of the way the screen is looks like this window, it makes for crazy mazes. And actually, to me, makes the 2600 version more interesting to play because because with the arcade type of aspect ratio, the mazes don't get too crazy on the 7800 version. They're kind of like stuff you've already played. With the home TV version with the aspect ratio of a television set, it's nuts. There's some crazy, there's little tiny weird caveats where you get trapped in big long runner type situations or whatever. So it's really interesting what that game did. That's a game everybody needs to pick up. And that, to me, of this Christmas season, the Atari stuff, the Atari 7800 game double feature is the thing that leads the way. Everything else kind of fades. If you are a fan of Pac-Man, the 2600 version thing is going to look great on the shelf. Hey, I want to show you something too real quick.
Okay.
I didn't tell you this.
Yeah, as far as the games go, I think, the Pac-Man double feature is probably the most desirable. I don't think anything beats the console that you can get. I think that's probably the biggest thing. Oh, look at this.
So
did Atari send you an early review copy there, Vinny?
I've got it.
All right.
This is, did I show you this?
No, what is this?
This
Pro
is the
pinball.
And you see that 20,000 on it?
Yeah.
I paid $20,000 for this. No, I'm
wow,
kidding.
What a steal.
On my vacation, I went to West Virginia, and they have up there one of those old, I can't remember the name of it. It's like Billy Bob's something Emporium. It's near Point Pleasant. But they've got an old Showbiz pizza where they bought all the Showbiz stuff.
Okay.
And me and my family hit several jackpots. And this was the top prize in the whole store.
Wow.
This thing, so I didn't get enough to get 20,000. What is it? 20,000. But I talked the people down. I bought this for $50 with the points that we already accumulated. This thing sells for upwards of $400 online.
Wow,
But
really?
that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's an arcade
And
pro pinball thing. That's going to look really cool on the shelf.
So
I gotta
say
find it. I gotta find a shelf. This thing's heavy too.
you haven't opened it yet, huh?
I did. The guy did it this thing to make sure
Oh,
everything was
it was
inside,
in there.
and which I wish he didn't, but we put it back in there. But it's pretty factory, but it's
Wow.
pretty cool.
It looks awesome. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a shelf with that thing. That's a big honking thing, and then put the Pac-Man 2600 plus stuff in front of it, and hopefully it doesn't fall off my wall.
I think we need to get Vinny a 2600 plus. Look at that picture behind you. Oh, that 7800 with just RF looks awful.
I know, man. I don't know how to video capture. It's ridiculous. I've got all this, and it's like, man, I'm trying to sometimes show people stuff, like, especially like, and it's like, dude, this stuff looks terrible. I wouldn't even watch this.
So, Defender 7800, does Night Guy in Another Castle have a soundtrack yet? Crazy how
totally devoid.
Yep, the original had no music either. So,
well, your point though, EXO and Bentley Bear and Help Me Out, John. There's some great freaking soundtracks. Ricky and Vicky, the guy from Knoxville, Tennessee, Bobby Clark, does a lot. But other guys are figuring out how to make great sound too.
Well, I think it's all in the additional chips, Pokey and the Yamaha chip.
Yeah,
I think adds fantastic sound, but it also adds to the cost of making the carts. I think Pokey games, on Atari Age, Al usually adds what, $5 to the price. I think
10,
but, yeah, somewhere in there. But like Jeremiah says, music is overrated.
I don't know, man. Like, there's that one get down. That EXO. There's one of the levels that just has such great stuff.
How'd it go?
There's a mini on Ricky and Vicky.
Ricky and Billy. Wow,
that's a new sequel. I wasn't supposed to tell anybody about. Ricky and Vicky, though, the desert or the Egyptian levels have great soundtracks. So I mean, there's times you're just like,
I like the hidden world in Ricky and Vicky. If you've ever been there, that has excellent music too. Kind of crazy.
And Bentley Bear uses those old like classical tunes, like Nutcracker or whatever these things
they did
are.
In the arcade
Mozart
too, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, and Mozart and stuff like that, and it's extremely good. So I mean, it can enhance. Speaking of Adventure of Samsara, almost no music, and that was kind of a detriment to me. I kind of there's some of this ethereal like finger on a keyboard, that kind of stuff, but nothing that really sticks out.
Do you think they tried to do that for the adventure tie-in? Do you think they were like, well, no music and adventure?
I just think it's cheap and easy to not have music and just have somebody. You tell your wife, go put your finger on the D near the bass part of the piano. That kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, again, a lot of cool stuff coming. I think the Gamestation Go is going to be fun. I don't know. I got to find that list of the games. I'm surprised it doesn't pop up right away when you Google it. But
I mean, it's standard fare. I saw it. I mean, you've got some pinball games, which they're like Atari computer games or something,
or Balls of Steel games.
Yeah, Atari Steam games, which that's cool. But they have. It's if you do emulation, like I've got this thing, it's the Atari from Micro Center, the Atari dual joystick thing.
Yep.
It came with the stuff. It's the same stuff. It's kind of like the Atari 50th. I mean, it's like the games you kind of want. They don't have the licensing for, like Dreadnought Factor from the 5200 or
that's an Activision game.
Or for some reason, it's like there's things that you're like, why don't we have Akari Warriors or Pitfall and stuff? It's like all this licensing stuff. So it's kind of like, we get Fire Truck for the arcade, which
Fire Truck's fine.
I guess, but I'd rather have like Alien Brigade or Ninja Golf or they have Ninja Golf will be one of them, but like Midnight Mutants or something like that. Or
Midnight Mutants would be awesome. I think the Recharge games too. I don't know what the other three are because we know it's Asteroids Recharged, Missile Command Recharged.
Two of the worst.
Probably Centipede, I think, will probably be one.
One of the worst. I mean, it's like
Gravatar might be on it. That would be big.
Gravatar is the best. Cavern of Mars is right there.
Wow.
Yars Recharged is right there.
Yeah.
And it's like they keep trying to get Asteroids up, and Asteroids is it's the worst recharge game. It's terrible.
As far as recharge games go, I agree. It's at the bottom for me.
All the enemy spaceships come in from one side.
Right.
It's like, who programmed this crap?
ECDHE. I tried to reach out to David Page. He never answered back. I don't know if we'll hear from him. If you're watching, David, because I know Atari watches us almost exclusively, get a hold of me. Don't be shy.
We want to do an interview with Wade Rosen.
Yeah.
Get out. Come on there, honey. Come outside the comfort zone.
Can I call you Wade? Hey, Wade. Come on.
Let's go, Rosie. Let's mix it up. Hey, me and John would praise what you've done. I
love the direction he's taken the company.
The hippie guy was going crazy. I mean, he's sitting there screaming Atari over and over in the chat. It's like, hey, we all like Atari. That's why we're not watching football right now.
We made Jeremiah mad. It's the second best recharge game.
You're nuts.
I don't know. My favorite. I love Yars Recharged. I think that one's excellent.
Pretty good. That's really good. Gravatar is by far the best. I mean, it's a tough game. It's moody, dude. I would sit there. I would get there in the morning. I would play Gravatar Recharged. You can kind of like chill out. Yeah. You have coffee. I can listen to a podcast. I love the music. I'm sitting there with the classic controller, which is the best way to play it. I'm just taking my time, and man, just a blast. And then Caverns of Mars would give me stress, but very good. I think Yars is third place, and then after that, we'd have to start sitting there and thinking about where they all go. But
I thought about ranking all of the games that have come out since 2020. Like, people love ranking lists, like all the newish Atari games from worst to best. I think that'd be a fun.
That would be hard to get that list straight. I started trying to get all the physical releases of the Nintendo Switch that were Atari games, and it was kind of like, it was hard to like, is this really an Atari game? I mean, there's like Night Dive Studios now and Digital
Atari
Eclipse.
Publish. Yeah, I think Atari publishes more than anything. Do they or do they not? Answer me.
I'm sorry, the Jets almost scored a touchdown.
What's the score now?
It's 19-17, and my man Justin Fields kind of did this underhanded flippity flip like this. And
a shovel pass, was it?
It looked like, yeah. Well, let's see. Oh no, he did it over his hand.
Oh, overhand. Okay.
But he was on the run. Where I was looking, I'm watching this game on my iPhone. But
Ninja Golf 7800 Plus with the Pac-Man game, Ninja Golf 2, The Revenge.
I was always wondering why that wasn't a recharge game. There's so much.
Right.
But who's that guy? There's like a white guy. He's kind of a good-looking guy. He looked like he could be an actor. Generation.
Gen X?
Gen X. Like,
gamer.
He's got a big following. And I was watching his Adventure of Samsara first impression video. And he even mentioned, like, the problem with Adventure being attached to the Tower of Samsara is, now are we ever going to get an adventure game? Because it's like you shoot your shot. Like Lunar Lander, nobody gave a shit, but they did the Lunar Lander game. The Lunar Lander game was great, but it's going to be 10 years before we get another Lunar Lander game. So I'm hoping what I'm talking about? Like, you wouldn't come out next year and come out with another one. So the Fatal Run game has been delayed, but I hope it means it's going to be excellent, because the Fatal Run game looks great, the 2089. And then so Ninja Golf. I wonder if somebody's sitting there going, oh man, I wonder if somebody is like really just kind of sitting back, like, what can we do with Ninja Golf? Because this is probably their number one 7800 IP. And it's like, what can we do to really make this thing special? And you could really get into like a ninja, like a shinobi kind of golden tee hybrid thing that would just be wacky, man.
Oh yeah, I think there's a lot of neat ways you could take that, and I think I don't know. I would love to see a modern take on Ninja Golf, or a more modern-ish take on it. I don't know if they'll ever do it or not.
Look what Jeremiah just said.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. David,
Get out.
making a 7800 port of Fatal Run 2089.
What?
That would be a fun marketing piece. It would get people talking about it. Like, look at Fatal Run 2089 for the 7800 as just kind of
Wouldn't that be like? Pardon me. Wouldn't that be like the Mr. Run and Jump?
Yeah,
where you had this
like
really
that,
fully fleshed out platformer that looks great. I hate platformers, so I can't play that game. I wish I was good at that game because it looks like a lot of fun. But they come out with the 2600 version too, which is challenging, and you just have to wonder who beat this game. Has anybody ever beat these games, man?
Oh, I'm sure plenty of people have. That's the game on my list I haven't got. There's so many games in the Atari sphere, especially in the last few years, that I just haven't gotten to. That's on my list.
I got to beat Lunar Lander. Did you ever beat that?
Yep. I beat it live on stream, I believe.
Oh, cool. I'm a few levels away, and for some reason, I just ran out of gas. I beat Days of Doom. I beat Halloween.
Never beat Days of Doom.
It takes a while, but I really like...
Beat Halloween.
Yeah.
The holiday?
Haunted House.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Haunted House.
I'm going to say you got 2 pillowcases full? Wow. Yeah, Haunted House I beat. I beat Lunar Lander. I did not beat Yars Rising yet. I got to the end and never finished it.
I just bought it this week.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was waiting for it to go. I was waiting for it to go on sale. You beat Quamp 2 though, didn't you?
Yeah, I beat that.
I beat Atari Mania.
I beat my wife.
Don't say that. It's 2025. Oops. You can't joke like that no more.
Oh yeah, well, cancel.
Yeah, Days of Doom. I like I used to like Ogre Battle 64, and you know, I'm a big turn-based guy. Fire Emblem from the Nintendo systems I love, and Advance Wars. So Days of Doom was right up my alley. I really like that game.
I beat Atari Mania 2, so I guess we probably covered them all between the two of us.
Yeah, I wish we get back to where they would have a lot more of those games. You know, I really enjoyed that run that Atari went on there with those games.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. It was all kinds of stuff. But again, the Atari Network YouTube channel has just been canceled. All right, guys, I'll see you later, Vinny.
Everybody, come to me. Come to me. Subscribe to my channel. I only have 1,000 people that like my shit. I need you. I need. No.
Jeremiah played quite a bit of Days of Doom, and he never got close to beating it. Yeah, I'm curious how that ends. I don't know. It's
disappointing. I mean, it's an Atari. It's an Atari ending.
It's Haunted just House and
Haunted House wasn't great.
I beat what's the racing game? Neo Sprint.
I think I beat that too. They made it a lot. Yeah, they made it a lot easier.
Yeah, I beat it when it was hard, and now all you kids.
Neo Sprint was not the greatest game. But anyway.
Well, great job, Vinny. I think we covered it all. Like I said, Atari Gamestation Go looks great. I will probably get it upon release, but my recommendation for most people is I don't think it's going to be hard to get. If you're on the fence, I wouldn't jump all over it. I would kind of wait. Gen X, ECDHE just gave us his proper name, but Gen X will definitely have a review of it. I'll have a review of it. And I think it'll probably go down in price a little bit, depending on how well it sells.
I know you can't really tell, but I know the Gamestation Pro, which is the same, it's the My Arcade put that out. I mean, on Facebook Marketplace, they're $30. You know it. But I paid
$100 for it.
Yeah, I mean, you can they had them on sale at Walmart. I don't know if this is going to go that route, and I don't know if they're going to be able to make as many.
I don't know,
because it is
anticipating good sales.
I think it is too. I do foresee in the future one like an Amazon Crazy Day kind of thing. You know,
if anything, I think if this turns out really good, the Gamestation Go. It might hold its value way more.
It's sexy as hell. I'll tell you that much.
But I
it
think
looks cool.
It's dependent on how well it does in the market and the reviews if they're kind to it. The VCS release of Adventures of Samsara. Any thoughts? Closing thoughts on it?
Go check out my review. It's on the Big and Funky Productions. I just put it up yesterday. I would just, in short, if you need an adventure or you're a VCS guy, and you're like kind of sick of these, no offense to Kraz or anybody else, but you're just kind of tired of 2600 quick games, this is definitely somebody did a speed run and it was still 6 hours. They put it on YouTube. Wow. And I think for me to play this game and beat it, I would have to play this game for like 30 hours.
Yeah, that probably sounds about right.
Because I suck at it. I'm not good at it.
Yeah, I think it's a fine release for the VCS. It's great to get it. I think we're all very appreciative to Atari for putting it out, because there was no guarantees that this or any other games will hit the VCS. But
my life.
Yeah, overall, that's what you were talking about. He looks like a Cyclops guy. I think everybody's Cyclops is, right, in the world, or no?
Well, the people that do eyeglasses, they have a hard time with.
Oh man.
They don't
just selling one lens at a time.
Monocles, they're poppers. I just think it's funny. It's like this zombie guy with one eye. I said this in my thing. He's like wearing a Christian Templar cover. It's like it looks like a cross. I know it
screams of like what's that game? Yeah, that one. Dead Souls. Dead Demon Souls. Dead Souls.
Dead Cells.
Dead Cells, yes.
Yeah. And I should have said that. I did think about that. I should have said that. That was a really popular indie game that kind of blew up. But yeah.
And then, of course, the Atari Age releases here. A lot of fun stuff there. Few misses, but I think they're all fine games. I think there's something for everybody.
It's weird now, right? I mean, now Atari, for 20 years, Atari Age was Atari.
Yeah.
And now Atari is a machine that is putting out stuff, and now Atari Age is like, look guys, I got this for $60, and you're like,
the prices, they're just priced out of the market by Atari. I mean, it's hard to justify 60 when we can get Tiger Heli for 30, and it's probably not to offend anybody, but probably a better game than
anything there.
Yeah, so it's a shame, but they're all great games, and I'm sure we'll be picking up a few. I know I will. I'm sure you'll pick up one or two. So good stuff there.
Yeah, I think that's, I mean, I don't want to be a shithead, but I think that is the most unimpressive lineup of Atari Age games I've ever seen.
Yeah, I wasn't thrilled, but there's a few I'm waiting on, and unfortunately none of them were on this year's offering, but you know.
There are rumors of new 7800 games that sound really cool, and we're just and also Atari is taking some of the ones that
for themselves
and they're going to be releasing them for $30, so.
Which is actually good for the consumer. Couple real quick things, and we'll do promos and get out of here. Jeremiah, when are we getting the top 20, Vinny?
Things are bad right now for me time-wise. I'm doing a bunch of conventions, and I've got to finish the movie Showdown in Secret City, which is a full-length feature film about human beings versus AI. And so far, man, this movie is going to be a scream. You guys are going to love it. And but then we're doing another movie this winter about the River Styx. So I don't have a lot of time. And I got to get a paranormal investigation. I'm going to Las Vegas to shoot
craps.
I'm going to California, and I'm going to the Extraterrestrial Highway. I do a show on a channel called Asai TV, and they're flying me out there to do a couple episodes of Weird Roads, the Extraterrestrial Highway, the highway from Vegas to Barstow, California. So it's going to be a minute because I got to start editing this new movie, but I want to release it by 2025, at least some physical copies.
Go ahead.
But I will get to. I was thinking about the other day. We got to get to the end of. We only have 2 videos left of the top 100 Atari games of all time.
Yeah, and they will come. It's just a timing thing. As far as this question on the screen, wondering if Wi-Fi capabilities will allow for patches, updates, and DLC content for the Gamestation Go. I'm kind of hesitant on that. I don't really see that being a thing, but who knows? Again, it could happen. Maybe if it's wildly successful and they want to keep pushing sales, but ultimately, I don't know if it will or not. I'd love for it to, but I'm doubtful about that. Just knowing my arcade, I'm doubtful. Did you guys see the Mousetrap arcade demo for the 7800?
Who's making that?
I knew of a Mousetrap game called Rat Trap that
Was that Daryl or somebody?
yeah, Daryl 1970 was making. I don't know if that's what he's referring to or not. But looks like we got to all the chats and stuff. Benny, where can people find you on the internet?
If you want my Atari stuff, go to Big and Funky Productions YouTube channel. I just did a release of Adventure of Samsara. I said that 3,000 times. I also, if you go to Atari7800forever.com, every Atari 7800 game is reviewed. We also have cheat codes there and articles and lists and things. John has helped me. The Atari 7800 Pro Gamer has helped me with some articles and reviews, and a couple other people too, like Jesse Crossbow from Ivory Towers has helped that.
Great guy.
If you want to see my movies and my TV shows, you go to bigandfunkyproductions.com, and we will have, we're in the middle of making a bunch of movies, and they're seen all over the world. And you can go to bigandfunkyproductions.com and click on the movies. You can actually watch them right on the website, and they'll link. Yeah, so check it all out, babies.
Do you have any jeans to recommend?
Oh, the Perfect Jean Company. Thank you. Yes, if you want some great, I'm serious. They're amazing jeans. The Perfect Jean.nyc, Unreal Jeans. No Sydney Sweeney controversies with these jeans. Just fat white men who have balls that are getting bigger as you age, and you can move around in them. They feel great. They look good. Blah blah blah.
Awesome, excellent. And if you're watching this on Benny's YouTube channel, you can catch me over in the Atari Network. We just put up a video that I'm blacking out on. Oh, Fight for Life video. I beat Fight for Life, Benny.
How did that do? I mean, was that tough to do?
Oh my God, it was awful. It took about a month of me trying. Yeah, it's not a great game.
Is it the worst? I saw your title. Is it the worst fighting game of all time? Do you think?
It's pretty bad. It's up there. There's probably a few other that are worse. There was a fighting game I played once that had like Nosferatu and Frankenstein and stuff in it.
That sounds great.
It did. It sounded awesome, but the game itself kind of was stiff and horrible to play. So.
There were so many of those back in the 90s that they were just fighting game after fighting game after fighting game, and they were just miserable. And occasionally you'd play one that was like, this isn't so bad. But I mean, the problem was just you'd either go back to Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. And occasionally something like Killer Instinct would come out, and you'd be like, okay, this is a little different flavor. Dead or Alive, maybe, but
yeah, well, Tekken, dude. I think Tekken came out
Tekken.
Kind of the thing Tekken's with older fighting games, the inputs were so you had to know the inputs. With Tekken, you could kind of slam your hand against the controller, and your guy did cool looking stuff. So I don't know. As far as 3D fighting games go, it's not good. There is a history there I kind of talk about a little bit if you're interested. The development was not the best scenario for Atari and Francois Bertrand or whatever I can't remember his last name off the top of my head, but either way, check that out. We have a thing I just shot today with JD Video Game Productions that turned out excellent. I'm very excited to get that edited and put out. We'll be reviewing both of their games, and then, of course, I have a whole month's worth of 7800 stuff to post to the channel, and then October we'll be doing all Halloween games and stuff. So check us out over at the Atari Network. Other than that, Benny, I think we got things covered.
If you like Atari stuff, man, his channel is fire. He took a little sabbatical there for about a month or so, but he he's backfiring on all cylinders. So check out the Atari.
Look at that picture behind you. Look at
Isn't
that.
that great?
It's getting worse.
I think my game is frying as we speak.
Oh my goodness! Is that smoke?
Yeah, I gotta go, man. This
All right.
something.